House Bill 44, clerk will read.
Representatives Alexander, Sane, T. Brown, and Stevens. House Bill 44, a bill to be entitled Constitutional Amendment, Repeal Literacy Test, the General Assembly of North Carolina enacts.
Representative Brown, I believe the gentleman has a technical amendment that staff identified the gentleman needs to send forward, so the clerk will read.
Representative T. Brown moves to amend the bill.
Gentleman has the floor to debate the amendment.
Yep, I'll be brief on the amendment, Mr. Speaker. Thank you. This is a technical amendment to fix some of the constitutional language that needs to be in line for a constitutional amendment to pass.
Question for the House, the adoption of Amendment A1. Those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed will vote no. Clerk will open the vote. Representative Kidwell wishes to vote. Representative White. I'll hold it up before you, Representative Hawkins. Anybody seen Representative Willingham? He's coming. How about Representative Lucas? You can go ahead and vote Representative Willingham. Clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 109 having voted in the affirmative and none in the negative. The amendment is adopted. The gentleman is now recognized to debate the constitutional amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members of the body, this is an amendment to change our Constitution to remove the provision that requires that a person voting in North Carolina have to read a portion of the Constitution. This was a remnant from the Jim Crow era that has been rendered inoperable by the Voting Rights Act of 1965. I think that everybody in this body believes that the reasons why this was implemented back in the past is not representative of the state of North Carolina now that we all know and love. So I would appreciate you all's green vote to remove this inoperative provision from our state constitution and move forward as we pass these other constitutional amendments this week. And I stand ready for any questions. Thank you all.
Gentleman from Robinson, Representative Lowry, recognized to debate the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I first want to say thank you to the sponsors for bringing this together, Representative Brown, Representative Sane, and others. My grandfather, who I lived with for a large portion of my life, was born in 1921. When he turned 21 years old and was able to vote in 1942, he could go fight in World War II, but he could not vote because my granddad never learned to read. While there was Indian schools in Robinson County, my granddad dropped out at the age of 3 so he'd go farming and support the family. When I was growing up, I had no idea that my granddad could not read because I thought everybody knew how to read. Right? If you're an adult, you know how to read. I never forget one day I went to my granddad with a book that I got from the book fair to read, and my granddad wouldn't read with me. He said, "Booty," he said, "No, go on. I can't just go on." And I was like, "Boy, why my granddad being mean?" And if I went and talked to my mom about it, my mama said, "Son, your granddad can't read." My granddad never registered to vote till the 1970s. 1970s. He could have voted in 1940s. They couldn't look at my granddaddy and say he couldn't vote because he was Indian, but they could look at him and say he can't vote because he can read. This is an inoperable part of our Constitution. It was an insidious part of our Constitution, and I'm proud that this General Assembly wants to remove it. And I encourage all of us to tell all of our family, our friends, and everybody who's going to vote for us and even against us to vote for this constitutional amendment. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Further discussion, further debate? If not, the question for the House, passage of House Bill 44 on second reading. Those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed will vote no. Clerk will open the vote. Mr. Clerk, show Lucas and Representative Jackson excuse, please. Clerk will lock the machine and record the vote. 109 having voted in the affirmative and none in the negative. House Bill 44 passes second reading and without objection will be read a third time.
The General Assembly of North Carolina enacts.
For what purpose does the gentleman from Wake, Representative John Rice?
Respectfully request that I be recorded as voting aye on House Bill 425. I had an opportunity to look at it during the recess. Thank you.
The gentleman will be so recorded. Question for the House is the passage of House Bill 44 on its third reading. Those in favor will again vote aye. Those opposed will vote no. The clerk will open the vote. Representative Pierce, do you step off the floor? See nearby, Mr. Sergeant at Arms, you see Representative Pierce there? We'll hold it up and, yeah, we'll hold it up and let him vote. If you'll grab him for me. Show Pierce excused. He did vote on second reading. Clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 108 having voted in the affirmative and none the negative. House Bill 44 passes the third reading. Bill is ordered enrolled, engrossed, and sent to the Senate by special messenger.